Choices, 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 so many choices. Trying to choose two Mad Mike colors here. And the winner is Goldfinger and Satin Penny. These beautiful Mad Mike colors are going to be used for the January Soap Club Challenge. It's a watercolor technique this month, and it's being taught by Marina Baranov of Creamy Obsession. We have scents sponsored by Little Bee Scents, and y'all, I am so excited about their scents. They sent me some Bougie Bee, and I am super excited to use it. If you guys don't know, Little Bee Scents has a performance results and cold process soap chart on their website, and it is incredible. It shows each scent, its acceleration, deceleration, rising, separation, and discoloration. I found this so incredibly helpful, and on top of that, I got a free sample called The Bottom of Mom's Purse, which I just can't resist. The goal of this month's challenge is to create a watercolor effect, not a marbling effect, but a watercolor effect. To create this watercolor, we need to fade from one color to another. I'm actually going to have 3 colors, which is 2 gradients or fades. I'm starting with Copper Penny on the bottom, and I put that all the way across the bottom of the mold. My soap base has been split into 60% white, 20% Copper Penny, and 20% Goldfinger. So I'm using that 60% white to add to the Copper Penny until I get a pure white, or as pure white as my soap is going to get. Now what you see is I've started adding the Goldfinger to the white to fade from white into gold. So my colors go from Copper Penny to white and white into the Goldfinger. At this point, I'm incredibly grateful for that decelerating scent. It's taken me about 41 minutes to pour, and my soap is getting a little bit firmer than ideal for this type of pouring. Another lesson learned was the copper was a really strong color, where the Goldfinger was a really light color. I only used a fraction of the copper that I measured out in my base, but I had to remeasure the gold several times, 3 or 4 times off screen, just to get the color to be strong enough to match the copper. And that's it. As we get down to the last 2 passes here, you'll see that the soap is starting to sit on the top rather than blend. And so there's really just no more that I can add to this mold. So we get that last little bit in there, and we do the tap, tap, taps, and that's it. 8 hours later, look at all the toothpick marks down the left side of the mold. That's me trying to see if the soap has gotten to the right state. This looked about perfect. I wish I'd continued the format that I was carving it out here. I think what happened is I went the other direction here, and so I started getting big blocks of the same color. I can see that in my final soap, so I would have continued to do it the way I started if I did this again. The huge rookie mistake here is I'm not completely flattening it out. You see me do the tap, 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 but there's a lot of air holes in here, and I just had never used this method before, so I didn't realize that this was going to look like Swiss cheese when I was done. Fortunately, Amy in the Soap Challenge Club has a tutorial on how to fill in those Swiss cheese holes from this method, which was really helpful for me in my final bars. Big reveal, 2 days later, my new soap cutter. You can see those Swiss cheese holes. The soap is still a little soft. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Not perfect, but gorgeous.